It is fall. Fall is upon us. Is it still sometimes too warm to be fall outside? Maybe. But the start of the fall season is the start of pumpkin spice. I truly believe that. Because I love fall, and as soon as I'm allowed to start feeling fall, I dive in because I love it so much. So this morning, I went and got my first pumpkin spice latte of the season. You would have seen that in B-roll. It was so tasty. It was so lovely. I sat down, I had it, I was reading. It was a lovely start to the morning. I've decided in this vlog to basically lean into fall and get ready for fall. I'm gonna decorate my house with some fall decorations. I'm gonna read a fall book, and I'm just gonna spend the day manifesting my favorite season. The fall book that I'm reading, which you would have seen already in B-roll, is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. I am already 27% into this, so let's talk about it first, and then I'm gonna show you some decorations that I bought the other day when I was at the store. So for this book, we're following Logan and Jeannie. Jeannie has just moved into this really small town. Think Gilmore Girls. It's very Gilmore Girls coded, this whole book. She moves into this small town to take over for her aunt. Her aunt has stopped running her cafe, and Jeannie is going to start running the cafe instead. Her aunt's like gone away on a vacation. I don't know where the aunt is, but the aunt's gone. Jeannie is running the Pumpkin Spice Cafe now, and she is there. She has not reopened the cafe yet. She's getting settled in this small town, but she keeps getting woken up by a noise in the alley behind her cafe. Seems like her apartment is like above the cafe, so it's like all one building. One morning, after many a night of hearing a noise in the alley, she grabs a baseball bat, she goes downstairs, and she's ready to tackle what she thinks must be a killer at her doorstep. She runs into a farmer named Logan, who is delivering basically like produce. He is not the person who's been making noise in her alley this whole time. This is the first day he's been here. It was just unfortunate that that's how they ran into each other. She tells him about this noise, and he's like, hey, let's go to the town meeting. It's tonight, and the town might have a clue of what's going on. Again, Gilmore Girls. Think a Gilmore Girls town meeting. You know exactly what the vibe of this is. The town kind of volunteers Logan to help Jeannie figure out what's going on in her alley. And they decide to like do a stakeout to figure out what's going on in the alley. That's where I am now. They're at this stakeout and they're figuring out what's going on. They're spending time together. There's definitely some romance vibes, which makes sense because I'm pretty sure this is a romance. He is a farmer, so I guess he would technically be Jackson in the Gilmore Girls world, but he is so Luke. His personality is Luke. Everything about him is Luke Danes. He is Luke Danes. Except he's a farmer instead of a cafe diner owner. So if you love Gilmore Girls, I think you would like this a lot. I'm excited to continue. It's very fast-paced. It's a very small book, so I'm getting through it fairly quickly, and I do want to dive back into it this afternoon, and I do have sprints tonight. So my plan is to read this whole book today. Should be doable, or at least very close to. So now that I've told you about the book, let's look at some stuff that I purchased last time I went out to the store. I did not mean to buy fall decorations when I went to the store. It was an accident. I went there for other things, saw a big fall display, and I went a little crazy. Not too crazy, but I did get a few things for my bookshelves for upstairs. I purchased a few things. I would have vlogged it, but again, I wasn't planning on buying anything fall adjacent. But I did. So I'll just show you my haul. And then after that, I need to go through our fall decorations and pull out what I want. Because our fall decorations are mixed with our Halloween decorations. And I'm not quite ready to go full Halloween yet. Not quite yet. I usually wait till closer to October. So I need to go through that, find the fall ones that I want, pull those out. And I need to get it from the garage to do that. So let's look at this haul, and then I'm going to go do that and climb through the garage and get out the decorations. I did not buy these things at Sobeys, but this was the reusable bag that I had in the car when I went to the store. So everything's in a Sobeys bag except for the one thing that is much too large to fit in a Sobeys bag, which is this. This is much too large to fit in any bag. It's like one of those like welcome signs. I'm not going to be able to get the whole thing in the panel of this camera. I'll show it once I have it set up. It's 6 pumpkins tall. And it's kind of like a welcome sign, but I think I'm going to put this on my hearth upstairs on my fireplace. I think that's where I'm going to put it. It's double-sided. I think this is the color scheme I'm going to go with, but it does have a more like traditional orange color scheme as well. But I think I like this one better. So I think that's the one I'm going to go with. So I bought this. This was only 24 bucks, which isn't too bad for something this large. I was pretty happy with that. Then I also got this little thing of fake flowers because the only way I can have flowers in my house is if they're fake because I kill everything. Someday I will learn to actually take care of plants better, but I have yet to do that. So I got this. Where all of this is going to go, I'm not 100% sure. Like I'm still trying to decide what's going upstairs and what's going on the shelves down here. We'll go through that as the day goes on. This I'm positive is going to go on my shelves down here because it's so cute and I do love it so much. And it's like a little fox, which I realize is not really exclusively fall, but anyway. He might stay when fall is over as well because he's just adorable. Obviously, pumpkins. And again, you can kind of see that this kind of matched. I found this first and then I bought things to match it because I kind of knew I was going to go with this color scheme. So I got this pumpkin and then I got an assortment of other pumpkins that are smaller and I got them in green and orange, you know, the traditional pumpkin color. I got 2 of these and 2 of these. So that's what I bought when I went into the store. Not going there for any fall decorations, but here we are. This is what we have. Now I gotta go in the garage. So I have finally put out all the decorations upstairs. I have not done these shelves. I'm going to do that tonight during sprints because I'm going to be down here anyway. So that just made sense. I did come to one small issue of the big stand-up pumpkin thing being too tall for my hearth. It would not fit like under the mantle, and then it was like leaning on the mantle and it was too far out and it looked really weird and that just did not work. So I ended up putting it outside, which is really what I think the manufacturer wanted for it anyways. So that's fine. But that does mean I have nothing on my hearth and I need to sort something out for there. So we may need to do another trip to the store in the future at some point, which is completely fine by me. Completely fine by me. I have also reached the 66% in the pumpkin spice cafe and it's okay. Something about it is not quite hitting for me. It's very one note and it's in this really small eccentric town. So I feel like I should be getting more vibes of that. It's in there, but I think it's missing the mark. I think we're getting too many characters in such a small period of time and we're missing getting to know their eccentricities. And they're all just kind of being very flat and one note for me, including our romance, which is unfortunate. And honestly, we haven't even seen that much of our romance. It's barely there. And this is a romance book. And it's barely there. I mean, they definitely like each other, but they're kind of like hiding all over town because they don't want the town people to know that they like each other because it'll be like town gossip. But like, they're grown-ups. You're grown-ups. We don't need this. I don't know. I'm not loving that part of it. There is also this mystery around her. We had that noise earlier. It has escalated a little bit. There's people rifling through her mail, tipping over her trash cans, tipping over plants, you know, doing things to kind of sabotage the cafe. And we don't know who's doing that. So there is this underlying like mystery of something kind of wreaking havoc on the cafe and wreaking havoc on our main character so that she feels kind of not fully unsafe, but kind of unsafe in her home and in her cafe. We don't know what that is yet, so we are following that mystery as well. And I feel like we really didn't need that with the romance. I think had we taken that out, The romance would have had more time to percolate because we would have had more pages to put toward the romance, and I think that would have been better. I'm not disliking it, but I'm not really loving it. It's turning out to be kind of a book that I read, which is not necessarily what I wanted it to be. I was excited to continue with the series because there's a new one coming out it might have actually come out like this week. It's a cinnamon bun bookstore. And then there was also like a Christmas tree one coming out at the end of the year, which, I mean, 2 books that close, that's a tight turnaround for a writer, which always makes me a little nervous. But I was excited to continue with the series because they looked so cute, and now I don't necessarily think I'm going to. But I will reserve the right to change my mind when I read the last 30% of this, which I am going to do tonight on Tuesday Night Sprints. Will I update you again tonight? It depends on how I feel when I finish and how tired I am when we're done, because I have Kelsey and I think I might also have Rainey coming on with me tonight, which means we might end up talking long past midnight backstage, and then I will be too tired. So it just depends. You might see me tonight, you might see me tomorrow. You will definitely see me in B-roll putting some stuff on these shelves. I only have a couple of things that are fall. I need to get some things that are like Halloween, but I'm not quite ready again to go full Halloween yet. B-roll, and I'm so glad I caught that. No, I heard it plug in. I was like, oh, I'll just finish getting a little bit more B-roll, and then I heard you let her in because it's all through my headphones, so I can hear it all. No, I was trying to film B-roll, y'all. Okay, let's turn that off. So I am going to close out this vlog tonight because I did finish the book. I finished the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and we still have a sprint and a half left. I finished with tons of time. So we are currently in, like I said, our second to last sprint, and I finished it, and I'm going to give it 3 stars. It was very 3-star energy for me. I did really like the small town vibe, but as I said, I felt like we didn't get a good enough glimpse at all the different characters in the book. We would meet them very quickly and not for any length of time to really get to sink in and get to know these characters and get to know this town. And I think the whole point of like a Gilmore Girl-esque book is the town. The town is such a character in a book like this, and I think it missed the mark a little bit in that. Plus, I do feel like the end was dragged out a little bit too long. The story ended. We found out the ending to our mystery. We found out the happily ever after part of the romance. And then the book continued for 3 more chapters. It was like a really long epilogue. And I think we were trying to give us a moment with them together a little bit longer to show their relationship and also set up the next set of characters that will follow in the next books. But I think I would have liked that more into the story versus just kind of like this weird add-on at the end. It really felt disjointed from the story, and it did feel like a really long epilogue. And I'm not a big fan of epilogues in romance books anyway, because they do feel kind of just like a tack on at the end. I still think today was a success. I really do feel like I've entered the fall vibes. I've had pumpkin smells in my house all day. I've had my pumpkin spice. I've got some fall decorations out, like not crazy amounts. I still need to get a few more things actually, even for these shelves. Like I need some more fall things. I might get some like lighting or something. I'm not really sure, but I do need a couple more things just to even amp it up a little bit. But I've gotten a lot out, and I'm happy that it like feels fall, and I'm glad that I entered it with a very fall book. This book is definitely got the fall vibes, but I do think it missed the mark a little bit on the small town vibes and a little bit in the romance too. Like I liked their romance, but I didn't love it. It was very 3-star. And I think you know what I mean by that. I've said all that, so we don't need to say it again. But this is the end of the vlog. Thank you so much for watching this fall reset vlog. If you've gotten to the end of the vlog and you have nothing else to say, leave me a fall leaf emoji and help me welcome in the fall season, because I am ready for it. I'm ready for cooler temperatures and all the fall vibes that I can handle. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.